Hello my beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to this channel, my name is Nelly. This channel is about dreams, lifestyle, spiritual minimalism and faith. Please make sure you like and subscribe and turn on that bell notification so that you can see more of these videos. And thank you for subscribing to the channel. I really appreciate that. It's really helping the channel. What do you do when you find yourself married to a person and married to a man that is broken inside? A man that's got a lot of issues. This is a person that in public, he's an angel. But when he comes home, he's a monster. This is a person that has got so many issues that are deep, deep rooted inside him. Maybe you're married to somebody who is well known. Maybe somebody who's a pastor, or maybe somebody that is well known. Marriage can be difficult, especially if you're married to a pastor or married to a man who won't seek help. A man that helps people in the church but refuses to help himself. The world has taught men not to show their emotions, but it gets very difficult if you're dealing with a man that will not show emotions and feelings. Maybe the reason behind the broken man could be a bad foundation, or maybe it's something to do with his environment. Sometimes a past relationship could be a problem, and maybe this person has been hurt so much before that he does not trust anyone anymore. You notice that these people are also emotionally unavailable. Then you wonder, why did they even get married to you? Maybe the reason why they got married to you was because of society, or maybe a job, or maybe to do with church. They will always give you excuses that they're not used to having people around them. Maybe they're not used to having people in their space. So ladies, it's not your job to rescue or maybe fix such a man. You need to do what you think is right. Maybe support him in a way. Give him all the support that you can, because you're already married to him. There's nothing you can do. Another type of man that is emotionally unattached is the man that is always blaming somebody. This is a type of broken man that always plays a victim. This is a type of man that he will tell you this or that happened to him when he was young, and he blames everyone around you, including you. And who's a full-grown man but still living in the past, blaming people, including you. He had all the time to change, but no, he doesn't change, because he wants sympathy all the time. And you have to deal with this situation. He's always blaming people around him, including you, and you won't win any argument with such a person. This kind is very difficult, because any issue and any problem that occurs, you are the one to be blamed. So as a wife, you have to hold the pillars of your home in order to keep your home stable. In fact, you even lower your level to keep this person happy, but it's short-lived. You need to stabilize your home and prevent your marriage from falling, and stabilize those pillars from falling. It's just like a house. When you see a crack and you don't maintain that house, and you see that crack and you just leave that crack, that house will start falling. It's just like a house. It starts cracking with a small crack. If you don't maintain that house, it will end up being a bigger crack, and from a bigger crack, it will crumble down. So in marriage, you need to start maintaining those small cracks. You know, women, you have the decision who you want to choose to marry. You have the content to decide who you want to marry. Don't choose a monster to father your children. When you decide to choose a man of God, the church must also understand that that pastor is also a human being. He's also a father, and he's also a husband. His life after church, at home, these pastors, they need to become husbands. 1 Timothy verse 5. It says, if anyone who does not know how to manage his own family, how can he take care of God's church? As a man of God, you need to maintain your home first. The church is the second priority. Let's face it, there's a lot of hypocrisy when it comes to some pastors. I'm not saying all of them, I'm saying to some pastors. A lot of people are not going to be happy with this. I'm saying to some pastors, there's a lot of hypocrisy in some pastors. They are completely different in the pulpit than at home. Why? Why is that? When God says take care of your home before you even think of taking care of the church, why are you a different person at home there than you are in church? You meet a guy who's well-mannered, not knowing that deep inside he's broken, or maybe he's a narcissist. Some people love him in his office and maybe the church as well. They love him. He's outspoken, and yet he's hiding his inner feelings, how he feels deep inside. The minute he walks in the house, the children run away because he's totally a different person. If you are abused emotionally, you begin to touch and feel that abuse. You can come out of this dark cloud. Nothing is impossible with God. You need to pray for the solution as a wife. You need to pray for that solution, the spirit that is controlling that man. Married to such a broken man can be difficult because when it comes to church as a wife, as a pastor's wife, you have to put up a happy face. The glory of a man is his wife. We see that in 1 Timothy 5 verse 8. This becomes overwhelming to find yourself in this situation as a wife. Nobody is perfect. As a wife, you need to understand where this is coming from because it's deep-rooted. It's deep-rooted within him. You can't change him. He needs to change. Sometimes it's so deep-rooted that he becomes abusive. Then he needs a therapist if God doesn't help him. Maybe you'll be the type that will tell you that I don't want to go through it. I don't want to go through a therapist discussing my problems with people I don't know. I can manage, I can take care of myself. Why didn't he take care of himself before he even brought you into the picture? If he knew what was wrong with him. If he thinks by going to the therapist is letting everyone know his business, then you as a wife, you need to stick to what you know in your heart, what you were called to do. Everybody's story is different. The next person out there has got a different story. Behind every door, there's a story. And in your door, there's a story. So you need to change that story in your door. Don't start complaining to other people about him. There's nothing you can change. Do what works for you and speak to God. Don't try and force it because when it comes to the situation, you cannot fix it. You need to speak to your God. Once he realizes he wants to change, then he will change. He will swallow his ego. God will change him, not you. Sometimes women have got a tendency of thinking that once I marry him, he's going to change. Maybe before you got married, you would have seen some of these signs and you think, you're going to change him when you get married. No, it's not going to happen. He's not going to change until he decides to change. Until he lets go of his past, until he's let go of his anger issues, until he decides to change, then he will change. You won't change him. Know your worth even before you say, I do. This is a man that you have chosen. So you need to deal with this situation and ask God to help you. Sometimes maybe there are things that you need to change as well on your part to accommodate him. Because marriage is about compromise. Life is too short. Try and make the best out of this marriage. In Proverbs 5 verse 18 reads, let your wife be a foundation of your blessings and rejoice the wife of your youth. This verse just means continue and enjoy the things that you did before you got married. The sooner you resolve this issue, the sooner you enjoy this marriage. If he is the type that doesn't tell you, I love you every day, wake up in the morning and look at yourself and say, you're beautiful. I love you. Say that to yourself. Don't wait for the next person to tell you, I love you every day. Tell yourself you love yourself every day. Do some affirmations about yourself. Beautiful affirmations about yourself. In Ephesians 5 verse 22, women were called to submit and honor their husbands. We also see that in Colossians 3 verse 18 to 19. Women were called to submit to their husbands. Grow with your husband. If your husband's status has grown from the time you got married to him, grow with him with that status. You both need to be on the same page. When he's at home, he's expecting you to give him that respect that he gets when he's out there, when he's out in the office, or maybe he's out there in church. Don't take him for granted because they're so used to each other. Give him that respect that he needs. Men are called to love their wives as they love the church. If you are going to give him that respect that he and the honor that he needs, he will love you back. Respect is a two-way thing. Respect is a two-way thing. If you respect him, he will also show love to you, because when it comes to men, love is respect. And when it comes to us women, love is just love. One thing about women is women are very strong. Women are the ones that need to be praying all the time for their husbands. So as a woman, you need to pray. You need to be a prayerful woman. And when you as a woman pray to God to change his situation, only God can change him. Only God can fix the situation, not you. Thank you for watching up to the end. If it's content that you'd like to see more of it, please don't forget to like and subscribe and share with your family and friends. Maybe it will help somebody out there. And maybe it will help that woman who's married to a broken man.